I'll give you a story that happened in 2015. I came in to, I went to Port Harcourt for something. I got some money. So on my way back, I'd called my dealer. I called my dealer, and then he said, he's in Ibro Hotel in Abuja. So I go there, and I had the urge so badly that I ran up the stairs. That's stupidity, because the lift will have been faster.
Yeah.
But then I ran up the stairs. I got to his hotel suite, and the door was slightly ajar. So I pushed it, and I looked in, and I saw 5 schoolgirls, young schoolgirls, junior secondary schoolgirls, in their uniform. So I stepped back out, because I might have been a user, but I had my boundaries.
Yeah,
not going near anything underage. No. I would never. I'll die first before I go near an underage girl. So I called him.
So you still had some sort of morality in you, regardless
Yes,
of how...
most users do. Most people who struggle with addiction do, especially when it doesn't tamper with how to get money to drugs. Yeah, so I called him, and I'm like, you gave me a wrong room number. So he said, are you not in XYZ room? I said, yes, this is where I am. He said, then come in. I said, no, I'm not coming in. He said, why? I said, because there are underage girls in there. Some of them are scantily dressed. You come out. So he said, if you're not coming in, I'm not coming out. So I wanted my drugs. So I pushed the door a bit, and I walked in. And then my back was literally on the wall, just so that I don't get close to him. Then he comes out of the room. And he said, what's wrong with me? He was now speaking in Hausa language. I said, what are you doing with these young girls? So he laughed and said, it's a business strategy. Now he told me that he had gotten a nephew of his who was in their school to get one of them addicted to drugs somehow. And then this person had now recruited other 4 girls.
To keep getting people?
Yes. So
what is the essence of getting people addicted?
Good, I'm getting there now. So what he does is, when their parents think they are in school, they come to him. He gives them drugs, and then he uses them to make deliveries. So when somebody calls and says, I need 5 grams of cocaine, he'll send one of those girls in their school uniform and their backpacks. So if you're a policeman on the road...
You won't stop.
So that was his satanic idea of being business-wise. He's dead now. So I looked at him and I said, I know you're a horrible person because you sell drugs. But what you're just doing with this, I mean, hell has a special place for you. So he said, just get out. It's business. Just get out. No, I still did. I have to be honest. I did. I got what I came there for. And I felt sorry for these girls. Now, the reason I'm telling you this story is because in 2020, which is what I was talking about, when my wife and I and our team...
You're married?
Oh yeah, I'm married with 2 girls. So my wife and I and our team went to the bank. So when we're done, we're going back to the project vehicle. Somebody called out to me and said, excuse me, sir. Excuse me, sir. So I turned back and I look at this girl who was looking very frail. Her hair was a mess.
So you kind of knew?
I didn't know. I didn't know Maria. She just had boxers and a shirt on. So I said, okay, what's the problem? Didn't you get food? Is there something you want? Is there something I can help you? She keeps staring at me. And I said, what's your name? Who are you? How can we help you? She said, sir, don't you remember me? I said, no, I don't. She said, I was one of the girls that was in the hotel room 5 years ago. And my knees just gave up. I just buckled. That people had to hold me.
Of course.
You know, I felt I let her down that day.
Wow.
And I said, what happened? Where are the others? So she said, 3 months after that time, they didn't see him anymore. So they needed to use 3 of them, which is why parenting is important. We must understand parenting techniques for our generation. 3 of them were able to talk to their parents, and their parents were able to help them. Set up interventions, get them the help they needed, and they were doing well. Now, 2 of them couldn't talk to their parents.
Because of strictness
and
fear.
You know, they said to themselves, okay, this guy used to send us to so place to get the drugs when we're going to make deliveries. Let's go there. Maybe they'll give us. Now they go to the bunk and meet the harsh reality of life that nobody's going to give you for free. And these were 15, 16-year-old girls. And the only thing they had to offer was their bodies. So, yeah, of course. So they started sleeping around in the bunks, unprotected for drugs. The second person was able to, her parents noticed what was happening and they took her away, got her help. But she couldn't still talk to her parents. She eventually got HIV. Now, when she got HIV, she now decides, okay, let me go home to talk to my parents. And then she goes home to talk to her parents, and her father, who is a very also popular person in Abuja, says, you have failed the family, you have embarrassed the family, go back to where you're coming from. So she went back to the bunk. So now she was living in the bunk as a staff of the bunk. So they send her, go and buy cigarettes, go buy a bottle of
same
beer.
thing,
The
what she
same
knew,
thing
the
that
same
she
thing she
knew.
knows.
Go and deliver this to so person. Then they just give her
A bed.
something. So worse than a bed. And they're paying her 1,500 a day, which she'll eventually use to buy more drugs. So I said to her, I said, 5 years ago, I went away because I was struggling with addiction. Today, if it means you sleeping in my home, you're not going to sleep here today.